I hate gift giving and receiving.
Receiving gifts is so weird. What do you say? Thank you?
This is Coffee Convos with Kail Lowry and Lindsie Chrisley.
I really want you to be in your feels, Kail.
That does not interest me whatsoever.
I feel very attacked by you.
A spirited discussion about motherhood, friendship, family, and life in the public eye.
I'm just not with the fakery anymore.
There's a fakery bakery around here.
Here's Kail and Lindsie.
It's a Coffee Combos bonus.
Good morning.
Good morning. I have my Prime and I have my coffee, and then I also have a water. I ran out of Voss, but I have this water. So we're in it right now. We're in it.
You kind of look like Valentine's inspired.
Yes, that's what I was going for.
And I don't at all. I look like a Grinch. I look like a Scrooge. But my shirt at least says raise them kind.
That's like Valentine's Day theme. We're raising kind kids. We want them to be gentlemen. We want them to be, you know, sweet and appreciative of their partners when they're adults. This
You're
shirt
absolutely right.
is more of like a coral color. I know it's coming on the screen as like orange, but it's like a coral color. And this, let me tell you, the best thing that I've bought lately is this Dior lip oil. This is a lip oil.
Okay, stop. Because I literally just talked to the girl that did my makeup probably 5 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I need recommendations for lip oils because I've just, you know, become like this master oiler. And I'm like, I need to try this whole trend of doing the lip oil. And so she sent me, she was like, the Dior lip oil is the best one.
Mm-hmm.
But she said there's also a dupe for it. And so she sent me the dupe. So I actually have to order both of those today. I will send you the link for the dupe
it's
too,
not
so that you can
it's
try
not
it.
sticky at all. Like it's like a nice creamy, but like lightweight. It doesn't feel super sticky, tacky. I don't like when I'm talking, it's not like sticking, and I fucking love it. You know what I'm talking about? Have you ever had that? It's not doing any of that. So I am drinking throughout this episode. So if it comes off, it's not the lip oil. It's literally me because I have 3 drinks right here. But I love it. So I got the clear one, but the applicator is pink. So I think that the applicator is what adds like a little bit of a tint, which I'm okay with.
See, I am a little weird about tints.
Okay. Well, they have ones without tint.
Okay. So yeah, I'll have to get the one without the tint because if I'm just like doing like an oil day or like a skincare day, I don't like any color whatsoever. Give me a good like
clear,
glossy look, but no color at all.
And I just got the Tarte multi-purpose oil. I don't know if you've heard of it, but you can literally put it on your body, in your moisturizer, in your hair. It's literally for anywhere, and it's so good, and it's vegan. It's like this little purple bottle. I'll also send you a link for that. So good.
No, I don't want a link for that because 100% argan oil is where it's at, right. And you can use that anywhere. And Kristen gave me a little esthetician lesson on it. It's non-comedogenic or something like that. So
what the fuck does that mean?
It's like not going to break you out or anything like that. So it's safe to, if you wanted to put it on your face, you can put it on your body, you can put it on your hair.
What did you say it is? It's not what?
Non-comedogenic, I think is how you say it.
Kristen, what is it? Non-comedogenic? Interesting. I love that. Okay. So I need a link for that, Lindsie.
Yeah. So you can literally just order that crap right off of Amazon. And the one that I found is nice because you know, like when you're in the shower and you're trying to do like the little dropper to like oil yourself, this one has a pump. So you can just like pump it like shampoo or conditioner. Love it. So yes, I will send you a link for that. Also, while you're sitting there drinking your Prime energy drink, let me tell you what happened to me.
Okay.
So I got that same Prime energy drink.
It's so good.
Went to unbox it yesterday and I was like, oh, this box got wet because it's been raining, whatever. No, ma'am. It was all empty.
They spilled?
And the lids, those black lids on the top were all busted off. How does that happen?
Tell me that you tagged Logan Paul right now. Tell me that you tagged KSI and Logan Paul because I would have, and I would have wanted a direct message from them themselves explaining this.
I was like, wait, I was like really looking forward to trying this, but evidently
this is the best flavor. This is the best fucking flavor.
That's the one I got.
This is strawberry watermelon. I have all the flavors. And I think I told this story the other day. I don't know who I was talking to or where it was, but I don't know how they got my address. I never gave it to them. And this is my new house. When I moved in, I hadn't even moved in yet, and I had a Prime box on my porch, and I was like, what in the fuck? Like, I just moved here. Like, this is so crazy. So I don't know who gave it to them, but like, I'm thankful every day because they send this to me. And this is by far my favorite flavor.
Wait, let me tell you, I used to get so freaked out when I first started influencing, if that's what you want to call it. Because I would get packages and I'm like, I never gave this person my address. So how do they know? Like, do these companies just check tax records? Like, I have no idea. And if they are doing that, then I'm officially scared.
I think that there is, don't quote me on this, and I don't want anyone else to well, maybe I shouldn't. I'll just fucking say it. I'm pretty sure there's like a website that you can go to that has like addresses and stuff for influencers. Like, other influencers can go. So if you have like a PO box, or because I don't know why, but I think that's how, because I don't know who would have given Prime my address.
Very interesting. Wait, before we like really get started, I need to ask you if you are a Valentine's person. Are you like dressing the whole part even if you're doing nothing? Like, when you wake up in the morning on Valentine's Day, are you immediately putting on red or pink and like being with the vibes?
Absolutely not. Absolutely the fuck not. I really only do something for my kids. I don't remember the last time I did like a Valentine's. Like, I will get my kids cards, candy, stuff like that. Maybe like a little gift, like a phone case or something. But no, I'm not dressing up. No, that's not a thing for me.
When I tell you, Valentine's used to be so exciting whenever you were a kid and you wanted to get like the best Valentines because you didn't want someone else to have like better ones than you. And I specifically remember going through like my class list and picking out specific Valentines for people. Like, I was very intentional with it. I, didn't want to give maybe if it was like cat Valentines and it's like, you're perfect, I didn't want to give that to like my enemy. And so I needed to make sure that they were getting like an appropriate card that would really like define how I felt about them. Jackson's nothing like that whatsoever. I fill out his Valentines and he literally doesn't care. The only thing he cares about is the candygram things that come through the school. Does your kid's school do that?
I don't know. I can't remember if they do the candygrams. I know that previously Lux's classrooms have said like, don't put a name for who it's to, only put who it's from, because they want to just go like drop them in. And I feel like that just takes away like the personability, if that's like a word, of the holiday.
It's
which is kind of a bummer.
I think
personable
aspect.
I said personability, the personable aspect of it. And like Lux wanted to fill them out. So I let him just put everybody's names. I don't care. And we decorated a little box, but no, I don't think that we've done the candygrams.
So it's basically like a thing that PTA does. I'm sure like other schools do it, but it's $1.
I remember having it. Yeah.
And like you get like a sucker or something like that, and you can just send it to teachers. You can send it to your kid. This year we just, in past years, but now I just have to be more intentional about it because I have to send the damn paper to Will's house so that he can fill out his. And then I was like, while your parents are here this weekend, have them fill out theirs, because Jackson is like very smart. If he sees like writing, he knows it's my writing or he knows it's Will's writing. So I wanted them to write it. So it was, very special to him.
Right.
And so I know that I liked things that were very special to me growing up. And it's just so funny that you say that things have changed so much and they don't want like to, it's always from. That's not how we were raised. And that has been something that has changed over time with our kids' generation.
I agree. It's just like less meaningful almost.
It's like let's just like shuffle around. Everybody like drop one in someone's box. Like it actually means nothing.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it. You know what I mean?
I know. And then I went and bought Jackson like this little Valentine's box, and it looks like a little mailbox thing. It has a little slit where like people can put like their Valentines down in it.
That's cute.
And he literally tells me yesterday, he's like, well, I can't have that.
Why?
And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you've had one of these before. Like, why is that thing? And he said, no, like we have to decorate these white like lunch bags or whatever, and then everybody has the same one. They decorate it and then they drop it in there. So I don't know if that's like an inclusion thing where everybody has like the same one, nobody has anything different or something. I have no idea.
That's not the real world though.
But then
so
I
like
was I felt sad because I was like, you know what? I dedicated this time to like go get this stuff, like do all this stuff in advance, make these Valentine special for all these kids. And now my kid can't even take this thing to school. Also, I did a Valentine's box for Jackson. I always do it. And I put like a book, a Fortnite card in there. There's a stuffed animal, there's candy. Normally I'll do like slippers or something like that. Something like, you know, cutesy. And I always send him to school in something red. And last year he was like, there's just like zero reason that I need to be fancied up for this day.
Oh, that's so sad.
But it's just, I don't know, like he likes celebrating it at home, but doesn't not care about it at school at all. And just so crazy to me because it was like one of my favorite days of the year. Like I so very was looking forward to Valentine's Day. We always did in school Valentine's crosswords, you know, like the little things that have the legends that have like the different colors of like Valentine's colors and the new, you know, color in the little heart or whatever, you know, and it's like number coded or whatever, odd or even, you know, like those papers, they don't do that anymore.
I feel like when I was in school, even all the way up until like middle school, everything was so Valentine's Day themed, like down to the worksheets, whatever the lesson plans were. Like it was like cute. It was cutesy. We all decorated our own boxes. We did a shoe box with wallpaper around it so that it wouldn't have like Nike on it. And we put like a bunch of stickers and stuff on it. And it actually came out really cute. That was every month they send Lux home with a project. And the February project of the month was the Valentine's Day box. And so I hope they get to do something cute. And he, like I said, he put his name on everything, their names on everything. So, but I won't, one of the girls in his class, I'm not going to say names. He's like, can you write her name, Mom?
That's so funny. No,
He said she told me I had a booger in my nose.
Okay. Well, do you remember also back when we were in school that if you sent birthday invitations through the school, the only way you could send them through the school is if everybody was included. So like you couldn't just send birthday invitations to school for like select people. Do you remember this?
No.
So that is a thing. And I'm sure other people are going to tell me that they do remember this. So I never sent birthday party invitations to school because you just like don't invite the whole class. But I do think that was way more common back when we were growing up than kids today. Like you would have like skating rink parties or like bowling alley party and like your whole class came and whatever. That's just not a thing anymore. And I just think about how different everything is than when we were growing up. We also celebrated Christmas like in school.
Yeah, that I do remember. That I very much remember celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving in school and St. Patrick's Day. So those were definitely things that we celebrated. I think, did we talk about on this podcast the birthday party thing and like how you handle other kids going?
No, what?
Kristen. Okay, so I want to update on that.
Oh, yes, we did talk about that. Talk about that, yes.
When you just brought up the birthday party thing, I don't know if these specific invitations that Lux got went to everybody in the class or not, but I opened up his school folder and he had an invitation to a birthday party. And I appreciated it because it was very much on the invitation. It said, Lux is invited to so-and-so's birthday, time and place. And then it said admission included for Lux Lowry. And then it said, any additional kid at your own cost or your own whatever. And then it said like, please RSVP by this date, no exceptions if you don't RSVP. Like she put all the information on there. And I think some people would have taken it as like, this is like a really bitchy thing to do. But I really appreciated it because I was like, this lays out exactly what the expectations are. And if you don't RSVP, don't even show up. And if you're bringing other kids, you just have to pay for them.
You know, I think that that's fair given the fact that I don't remember actually when I was growing up, I don't remember my brother ever going to a birthday party that I was attending ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
right.
Was not a thing. I also think it's more common today for parents to stay at birthday parties with their kids than when we were growing up, because it was pretty like standard. That was just like a drop off situation and then a pickup situation.
Yeah, I don't remember my mom staying at birthday party. I don't remember going to a lot of birthday parties actually, but when I think the 3 that I remember, which I can specifically name who they were for and what it was, my mom didn't stay at them.
Yeah,
or
like
whoever
that
brought me.
Was not a thing back then, but now I do think that it's more common, and I don't know if it's just because we are more aware of things that happen, or if I don't know. Like, I don't know why it's like that. But with parents staying, I think that that's why you have the overlap with other children, because the parents have the other kids.
Right.
You know? And it is hard because I've done a couple of birthday parties at like Sky Zones and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the packages come with a certain amount of people who can jump. So if you're bringing other children and they weren't invited to the party and they're taking up, you end up paying so much more money. So I think that's fair. Like, it's not that they can't come and this is like an open, free place for them to be able to come and jump or whatever, but pay for those kids who are not invited to the party.
Yeah. And also pay for them to eat separately, because it's not fair for them to be included in like the birthday child's, like, whether it's pizza and the cake and whatever it is, like that's not fair for the additional kids that weren't really invited to do that. So 100% agree on that. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Lindsay and I love BetterHelp. It is such a good way to tackle some life challenges. If you're ever like bogged down or you're going through something, it's really nice to have these tools that you learn in therapy to kind of get you through those hard times.
Kail, when I tell you, yesterday I had therapy and always feel just so much better. And I am a firm believer that when you're at your best, you can do the best things. And we're all victims of life bogging us down and feeling overwhelmed. I know I feel like that a lot. And sometimes when you feel like that, you can't show up the way that you want to. And that's why we love BetterHelp. So if you guys are thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient. It's flexible. It's affordable, entirely online. You just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/coffee today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/coffee. So we're going to play a game of Would You Rather.
Okay.
But I just wanted to say before we do that, everyone can find us on TikTok now. I don't know that we've talked a ton about that. You are our TikTok queen, not me. So they can stitch, duet our TikToks. Mm-hmm. We will repost them.
Mm-hmm.
You can also remix our reels on Instagram and do the same. So I need to get better about TikTok. Kail literally harasses me on a weekly basis about this, and I just need to like dedicate time to learn how to do it. I'm not good at like learning new things and being open to change. As much as I love being a consumer of TikTok, I'm like afraid to learn how to do it. And I don't know if it's fear that I'm going to become so invested that I'm just going to be TikToking and no one will be able to get in touch with me, or if it's just like the fear of not knowing what I'm doing.
Well, Kristen texted me last night and I was scrolling on TikTok for like 20 minutes and I didn't even get back to her text message until like 20 minutes later because I was scrolling on TikTok. So once you're a consumer of TikTok, it's really hard to get off. But I love TikTok. I don't have a niche though. That's like the one thing I will say is that I've kind of treated TikTok like an Instagram sort of, because a lot of TikTokers have a niche. Like they are very specific to that thing. Like if you do like the mommy and me or the daddy and son ones, or you do like very cleaning TikToks or restocking TikToks, I'm not in any of that. I do kind of a little of everything. And I think that's part of the reason why I haven't grown as much as I thought I would. Because I'm just not like, people aren't following me for one specific thing. Like, it's just kind of a fucking free for all. But
they're
agreed.
just following you like as if they were following you on Instagram for like whatever bullshit you're posting on a random day.
Yes.
I need to come up with like what I can do on TikTok that people would want to see. I mean, I can think of a couple of things, but I don't know that I could stay consistent with it. Cause it's like, how do people come up with like this it's amazing to me, but like how people come up with this content of like, okay, well, if I am showing you how I'm organizing my closet or organizing my bathroom, like, bitch, I'm not going back and doing that for a long time. So like that, once that video is done, like that's done.
Yeah, so that's why, like, when I do TikToks, first of all, I have a notes app. I have the notes app on my phone, and when I get an idea for a TikTok or I see a trend that I want to do, I'll type it in my notes app so that I can go back and do it. And then when I'm hair and makeup ready one day, or sometimes I do it without makeup, but whatever, I'll leave it in my drafts to post. And then like I'll have, like, right now I think I have like 10 drafts, and then they're ready to go I have 11 drafts right now. And then these are the ones that I'll like post. So like I do film the content as I feel like it, and then I can post it whenever. You know what I mean?
I love that for you. I'm gonna get back to you guys on my participation on TikTok. So hold me accountable and I'll do it. I just never take the time. Like by the time it gets to the weekend, I'm like, I need to like binge Grace and Frankie, and like I love Grace and Frankie. Do you love it?
Yeah, I watched it a while ago.
Oh my God, I love it so much. Also, there's a new show that I'm going to start watching tonight. It's called Stolen Youth on Hulu. Did you see the preview for it?
Mm-mm.
Going to start watching that, so I'll keep you guys updated on that. But here we go. Would you rather be gifted candy or gifted flowers?
No, they have to come together. There's no separating these two. You're giving me candy and flowers without a doubt.
But like, what kind of flowers?
My favorite flowers are peonies, but I don't think that anyone has ever actually given me peonies. And then candy, I'm always accepting chocolate at all times. So flowers
doesn't matter what kind.
Well, I don't like nougat. I don't like that. So like if the candy has that, I don't want it. Like Milky Way, Three Musketeers, that's a no. But anything with chocolate, caramel, Twix, Reese's, Kit Kat, all free game.
So I am probably bougier than you, but we knew this in advance. If I had to choose candy or flowers, I'm absolutely choosing the flowers over the candy, because I just don't see like what type of emotional meaning would be behind a box of chocolates.
Okay, that's fair.
So that's where I'm going with that. Also would prefer both. And when we say candy, I'm talking about like edible arrangement. So don't be a cheapo. Chocolate covered strawberries, and specifically they need to be white chocolate covered strawberries.
I'm not into the chocolate covered strawberries thing. Like that's just not my vibe.
I don't like any other chocolate covered fruit. So you know how you can get they'll have, I don't know, like chocolate covered pineapple, banana, or whatever. I do not like that. Nothing about that appeals to me. Chocolate covered strawberries, white chocolate covered strawberries, absolutely. That's also something that I used to do with Jackson on Valentine's Day when Will and I were married. We would, like melt white chocolate and do them. It's much cheaper to do them at home than to order them. Yeah. And it's also better at home than to order them, unless you're eating them like on that day when you get them from wherever they're being delivered. Because once that stuff gets soggy, it's just like
disgusting.
It's not good. But that's going to be where I'm going to go with that. And also I love roses, love hydrangeas, and I'm going to be a little bit morbid here. I hate lilies, and I think it's because they remind me of funerals.
I need to look up lilies because like I know what a lily is, but I need to see.
Okay, I think it's called like peace lilies or something like that. They smell like a funeral home. Like if you've ever smelled one, it literally smells like death.
Oh, they do look, that is very funeral vibes. I'm getting funeral vibes for sure.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times when you get an arrangement, there will be like some filler lilies in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like not a fan. Like I throw out the lilies because me coming home and feeling like I'm walking in to view a casket is just like not a vibe for me.
Not a thing.
So
yeah, no, not at all.
Okay. Second one, receive a bunch of meaningless gifts or one thoughtful gift.
One thoughtful gift.
Well, it depends. Like, are these bunch of meaningless gifts something that I'm going to use? Because if we're talking like Ugg slippers, a pair of pajamas, it's like a gift that keeps giving year round.
Well,
then
when it says meaningless, I'm thinking like filler, like dollar store, like filler stuff. Like that's what I'm thinking when it says meaningless.
No, Kail, I think like meaningless is like they didn't think of you when they gave you the gift. So it's not like specific to something that like you would care about. It's just like I picked up something to like have something, but it actually means nothing.
Oh, well, I'll take slippers, a robe. I'll take, a lippy, like the lip oil, like little things like that. I'm picking that over
Same.
the one meaningful gift. If you put it in that context, I'm definitely picking that.
So I'm picking like, doesn't have to be brand Ugg, but like there are some cute Uggs out there right now that I don't have, so like
here's some ideas for you if anyone's buying some for Lindsie.
Also a good pair of PJs, absolutely. Stars Above from Target, the short sets with like the button down top with like the short sleeve, absolutely game changer. Yes, ma'am. We'll take those. We'll take like a lip oil, like you said, something like that. Love that. The one thoughtful gift, like what is it? Is it we're going somewhere for 2 days away to a tropical location? Because yes, I'm picking that over Ugg slippers.
Oh, see, we're on two different wavelengths right now. I'm thinking like a piece of jewelry, maybe like a Pandora bracelet charm. I'm thinking when it says one meaningful gift, that's what I'm talking about. But someone did gift me last Christmas a trip to the bungalow resort in Key Largo. So like to me, that was like one meaningful gift for 2 days. You know what I mean?
Okay. No, I'm thinking like I do need to say this. I prefer an experience over a tangible, like holding a gift.
100%, 100%. It's kind of like the dinner or like an adventurous date kind of thing. I would rather go like on a hike or go, see a show of some sort than like go to dinner on a date. It's like that, right? Like I want to go do an experience versus just like an item.
1000%. Which, next question, romantic dinner out or be cooked for at home?
I'm picking the home cooked meal. And I'm saying this because previously, if you would have asked me this probably a couple months ago, I probably would have picked the dinner out. However, this new thing that we're doing where we have this little calendar, I'll take a picture of it and post it, where we put the menu of the week. And then we have one takeout day. I have not wanted fast food. Like I had to order the other day when I did something for work at the office and I had to order food and I was so pissed off because I did not want restaurant or fast food. Like I wanted to go home and I wanted a meal, like a home cooked meal.
Okay. So I'm going to second the home cooked meal if he can cook.
Yes.
And I'm also not helping probably.
Oh, I'm not going to clean up either.
I might clean up because I can clean way better than he can.
Not on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, definitely cook a meal for me at home. College me though, it was like, and I don't know if anybody else experienced this in college, but it was always like you would get with your girlfriends and you would talk about like the it places to go for Valentine's that like did like specific Valentine's themed celebrations. And Will and I would go to all of these nice restaurants. But what happened was we would go to these nice restaurants and I would still be starving when we left. So then we would be peeling through like McDonald's, Taco Bell, whatever. And anyone knows, like if you go to a super nice restaurant, you're still probably hungry when you leave. And
those portions are this big. Like, first of all, that's an appetizer. I don't even think that's an appetizer.
Yeah. And like, I'm just like trying to be like full and happy. And that's just not getting me full or happy. So I'm going to choose the meal at home. And I know he can cook. So that's
agreed.
That's me. Lingerie to spice it up or comfy clothes for a more chill vibe?
No, I'm going comfortable clothes at all times. I never want to wear lingerie.
Okay, so I am not a fan of lingerie. I've had this conversation with someone like multiple times, and I'm like, it's just so not the vibes and just also so unrealistic, and I'm not into it. But what I am into
go ahead.
is maybe like some cute comfies. And when I say cute comfies, I mean like this would be a more like put together like matching set. Like let's think
like a silk or satin, like cute little
like a little or like a matching sweatsuit. Like let's think like 2008 juicy couture tight velour, you know, like very like put together vibes.
Okay. Well, so just to touch on the lingerie thing, I just want to know for the girlies that do like lingerie, because I'm not judging, like how does that go? Like, are you getting in the lingerie before they know that you're getting in the lingerie and then you're surprising them? Or is this like a conversation like, let me go get my lingerie on and then it's going to be on for 3 minutes and then he's going to take it off? And like, what, I guess, like, are you doing the foreplay in the lingerie? Like what is the conversation? How is this happening? Are you bringing it to a hotel? Like, is he watching you put it on and then immediately taking, like, what is that? What is that situation like?
Interesting. Never really thought of that. Also, will say don't love lingerie, but I do love a good matching set that can go like my vibes would be we're going to kick it and like put together sweatsuits and my makeup's going to be done and my hair's going to be done. And we're going to have like a romantic dinner at home. And underneath that little matching set, I'm going to have another matching set on of like lace panties and like lace,
that's a vibe,
like a lace bra situation. Mm-hmm. Like I'm trying to like class it up here. I'm not trying to, you know, be street walking or anything. Like I'm just trying to be like a classy lady and show you that I'm putting in this effort and I went the extra mile to get the lace, but also
I went the extra mile to get the lace. First of all, I'm a triple D, 38 or 40, depending on the fit. I need any girlies who are listening to this that are big bust, big butt, please send me links to matching sets, not lingerie, but like matching sets that I can wear, because I would love to do that under my clothes. And then it doesn't have to be a conversation because I could literally put it on under my clothes before he even gets home from work and I could be showered and it won't and look normal. You know what I mean? And then it's not like this like
that's exactly right
conversation about like lingerie or what I'm wearing. It's like, no, surprise, bitch, when you take it off, it's on. You know what I mean?
Like it's a literal surprise.
It's a literal surprise.
Like I love that so much. So I'm glad that we can all do that for whoever we're going to be with on that day. Okay. What is your most memorable Valentine's Day? We can go good and happy and like the best, or we can go bad, tragic, train wreck.
I'm going to say Lincoln is my best Valentine's Day outcome. I conceived Lincoln on Valentine's Day of 2013.
Wow.
Yeah. And I know it was that day because it was the only day I saw Hobby for like 4 or 5 months, because he went to BMT and then he had to go to tech school afterwards. So he wasn't home for that time. He didn't come home until after tech school. So, yeah, he was conceived on Valentine's Day.
Back up. But like, what did you guys do on that Valentine's Day? Or was that the only memorable part?
That was the only memorable part I can remember, because I remember flying to Texas, my family, we went to go watch him graduate. But I don't think I think the graduation was the day before. I can't really remember. Like we were there for like 3 or 4 days. The only part of the day that I remember is having sex in the hotel.
Oh, wow. Well, I hope it was good.
Like I don't remember dinner. I don't even know if we went out for food. Like I have no idea.
Okay. Well, I don't have like a most memorable Valentine's Day. I am no longer really a Valentine's girl, and I don't know if I just like grew out of it. And actually I saw something that was like Valentine's Day is just like a Hallmark holiday.
100%.
And so then I was like, thinking about it and I was like, yeah, you know what? You're probably right. But like, I still like getting flowers and like shit. So I'm going to still like be with this vibe. Will and I celebrated Valentine's Day big, like all through college. It was always like a to-do, always dress up, look the real part, courted me to like these dinners, flowers, jewelry, you know, like those things. That always was like a vibe for us. When we got married, I never let anybody watch Jackson really. So it was always like we did Valentine's together and it was just like dinner at home, or I think we did takeout Japanese a lot, like for Valentine's Day, and ate it at home. Did chocolate covered strawberries together. And then it was just like flowers and a gift and maybe like bubble bath. I don't know that we had like special sex or anything.
I don't know that I've ever had special sex on Valentine's Day. I don't can't think of any. I was never really like a Valentine, like it was never like a big thing for me to like go get my partner gifts or like do anything like that. Like I can't ever think of anything like that. But do you think that Valentine's Day is more for the girls? Like, do you think it's more of like a holiday for men to show their appreciation for women? Or do you feel like it should be even? Because maybe I'm sexist, maybe I am unfair, but I just don't think it's like a men's holiday. Like I don't think that women should get their husbands gifts on Valentine's Day. Like it's weird.
So funny that you asked that, because before Jackson's basketball practice this week, he was like, Dad, do you remember like the gifts that you got Mom for Valentine's, like when she was your Valentine? And he was like, Mom didn't get you gifts for Valentine's. And I'm like, no, because that's not a thing. Like no woman is out here just like mixing it up at the mall, being like, oh, I need to get him this thing. Like, no. I mean, I'm sure people do it, and it's probably like, and I did do it in college. Like I for sure did. Like I would put like, I was so weird back then. Like I was just so nice and stuff. I would put a whole little package thing together on Will's bed for him to like come home to. And it would be like an athletic outfit and shoes and a card and like all these things. And then when we got married, I was like, absolutely not. Like I'm supposed to be the one getting flowers or a piece of jewelry and a nice meal. And I don't know why I ever thought that or like who told me that. But I also think it has to do with my raising, because I don't remember, like, I remember my dad doing stuff for the girls, but I don't remember it ever being something for the boys. But then I'm kind of hypocritical for saying this.
I was about to say the same, because then I do so much with my kids. Like I get them cards and candy and chocolate. And so they're going to grow up and expect for their partners to do that for them because their mom is doing it for them. And I'm a woman and they're boys, but like, it's just different. Like, because those are our kids. So it's different, but also I agree. Like we are hypocrites of Valentine's Day.
Wait, okay. So we are Valentine hypocrites. What is the worst gift that you have ever received on Valentine's Day? I will tell you what I think is a selfish gift on Valentine's Day.
What?
And I am so specific about this. For someone to gift you lingerie, because bitch, that is not for me. That is for you.
Oh, that's a good one. That is not for me. Like, I don't want to wear that shit. I don't want butt floss up my asshole. I'm about to be 31. Like, I don't want butt floss in my, like, and how do you know I want to wear it? First of all, what if it doesn't fit? And then I'm embarrassed. And now you've ruined both of our days.
Yeah. No, like literally, like if you want to get me that, just know that you're gifting yourself that. Don't count that as my gift.
Don't count that as my gift. You can do that in addition to whatever you're getting for me. But that is not a gift for me. That is a gift for yourself.
Yes. Like, and I feel like we all should like start a riot about this, because and I mean, I don't know, maybe there are some women out there that love to have like a good lingerie collection and like they are committed to it.
But then you have to know that. That's like one of the things for me about gift giving, no matter what holiday it is or what occasion it is. For me, if you're buying any sort of gift for somebody, you need to know who you're gifting to and what their interests are, because if you're giving them, like one time I told the story already, this was a Christmas gift. I really wanted to just like scream because you didn't read the room. You didn't know me. He gifted me a diamond tennis bracelet and I don't wear anything like that. Like that's like someone giving me lingerie for Valentine's Day. That is not for me. That is not, you don't know me.
I can't even imagine you wearing a diamond tennis bracelet, but I think this is like a stupid like thing that men do where they get in a fluster and they're like, I don't know what to get. And so you can never go wrong with a diamond. So probably it's going to be that. It's like, okay, well, if you can never go wrong with a diamond, then make sure it's the right one.
Like, don't get me diamond tennis bracelets if I've never worn a bracelet. But if you want to get me diamond earrings, like studs that I can wear, or like add to my necklace with like a little, I don't fucking know.
Pendant.
I don't know. A pendant, something.
Something. Like, first of all, I am very weird about I'm weird about everything, but like jewelry specifically, I am such a minimalist when it comes to that. Like, and when I say minimalist, do I wear a decent amount of jewelry? Yes. But the pieces that I wear are like dainty, small. Don't try to show up with something gaudy because definitely not wearing it. And I'm giving it back to you because I don't want you wasting your money.
Oh, I gave the diamond tennis bracelet back. And I was like, I don't want this. Like, this is, go get your money back. I do not have any, there's two Valentines that I remember. One was my ex-boyfriend Matt in high school, and the other one is conceiving Lincoln. Outside of those two specifically, I can't remember any Valentines, so I can't tell you the worst gift that I ever received on Valentine's Day because I literally don't remember.
Have you ever given a bad gift? I guess my bad gift would be not giving one.
Yeah. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Like, Valentine's Day is not a memorable thing for me. Like, it's just like not a thing.
Okay. What if you like really had, okay, well, if it's not a thing, would you be pissed off knowing it's Valentine's Day and then you just like didn't get anything, or like no one told you like your partner like didn't tell you happy Valentine's Day? You didn't get anything special. Like they didn't cook you a special meal. No card, nothing. First of all, Kail, I know you well enough to know that would be something you would put in the group text. This asshole like did not do anything.
Oh, I'm sure I've complained about it just because it was like a lack of appreciation or like a lack of thought. Because I was with Chris for like 5 years and there's not, oh, you know what? You know what he gifted me one time? Actually, wait, now that I'm thinking about this, both Dom and Chris, 2 different years, gifted me the same thing.
Was it Crocs?
No, it was those love stories that you can make and like edit and like have your own characters and like tell the story about love. What are those books called? There's like a book where you like write your love story in it.
I don't know, but
I'm going to find it. They both gifted me that on 2 different years. I think I still have the one that Chris gifted me floating around here somewhere. And it was called Low on Love. And it was like, it was a story, like our love story. And on every page, I would laugh so hard if somebody else came out of the woodworks and was like, he gifted me the same thing. And it was like, you know, the first page was like, if you're ever questioning my love for you, read this book. And it was like all of the things in the book. And it was like our characters in it. And then Dom gifted me the same thing, I want to say like the year prior.
That is a good indication that it was bad news. Okay.
That it was bad news?
Yeah.
ZocDoc has been a lifesaver for us this nasty sick season, and we will definitely use this all year. It's perfect. If you've had a health issue that you've kind of been stewing on, or you're just sick from, you know, the weather, being around germy kids, whatever the case may be, your group chat's not going to give you the advice you need or the medical professional help. So maybe skip the group chat and go straight to the ZocDoc app because it's free.
I absolutely love ZocDoc so much. We are all guilty of trying to diagnose ourselves or talk to our friends about it. And I just love that ZocDoc is so easy. They're basically like my friend, and they help you find expert doctors and medical professionals that specialize in the care that you need and deliver the type of experience that you want. And sometimes going to the doctor's office and feeling like you aren't the center of attention is really annoying. And you don't have to feel like that with ZocDoc. So it's very special to me. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun.
Go to ZocDoc.com/combos and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours, and I can attest to this. When I did this last weekend, I was literally speaking with a doctor within probably 10 to 12 minutes. It was amazing. That's ZocDoc.com/combos. ZocDoc.com/combos.
Okay, I need to know if you were picking, like, let's say you could just like pick anything for Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
What are you picking?
I'm going to go on a trip. I'm going to go on a Valentine's inspired vacation.
Okay, so I think that is really romantic and really sweet if it's a romantic and sweet trip. But like if you're trying to take me to like a water park.
No, absolutely not.
Like we're not doing that.
Mm-mm.
That's not the thing. Maybe like a cabin with like a hot tub and like a home cooked meal, something like that. I can get behind those vibes. Maybe like let's go to Mexico for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Totally will do that. Sign me up all day.
Yep.
Also, if that's not our budget and we're not doing that, then let's just go get couples massage, cook dinner at home, snuggle, and call it a night.
I think a massage would be my second choice. Actually, that might even if we're worried about budgets, I think the massage is going to be my first choice. I always love a good massage. I also, if someone gifted me like a blowout, like got me a gift card to get a blowout or get my nails done or something, like those are practical things that I would really love too. So if we're talking
self-care
like,
stuff.
Yeah, like self-care stuff that like we don't even necessarily have to do it together and I'm happy. But also if we did it together, like I would be so happy if we did, like couples massages or something like that. Like that would be like quality time. So it's, I'm getting a massage and we're doing something together,
Okay. So we're going to do these next two really quick. Okay. Do you feel obligated to have sex on Valentine's Day with your partner? I feel like you shouldn't be celebrating Valentine's Day with the person if you're not having sex with them. I feel like that's like such a romantic holiday that it's all based around like romance and love, that like if you're not wanting to do that, then you probably are in the wrong place. So that's a good indication. Here's
my thought on that. I think part of me is like relationships go through like ebbs and flows, right? Like you go through periods where you're like in love with them, can't keep your hands off of them. And then you go through periods of time where you're just like not super into it. And like, I think that's completely normal / common / just a part of life. But if you're in a place in the marriage or the relationship where you're kind of like not really into each other, like you're not really in love, you could either use the holiday to reconnect. And like, if you guys are both on the same page with that and you're wanting to like kind of reconnect and get back to that and try to have sex. But if you're in a place where it's like, I'm not really into my partner right now, I don't necessarily think that means like you don't need to be together, but I definitely think it's like, okay, well, here's like a small token of my appreciation. We're not on the same page right now, but I still want you to know like you are my partner in this life. And, I think there's definitely a way to appreciate your partner, even if you're in a place in the marriage or relationship where you're not in like the in love, in lust phase.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
I mean, I agree. I just think that would be, I agree with everything that you just said. And I think that is super realistic, but I also think that know that ahead of time and read the room of where you are.
Yes.
And don't put yourself in a situation. This goes back to the same thing I said about, I don't know, I said this on the Southern Tea about girls going on dates with men just for like free meals.
That's so fucking weird to me.
And it's about like the intention, right? So if the intention is wrong with celebrating Valentine's Day for you to get like, just have somebody to celebrate with that you're not like really feeling it, whatever, I feel like just go on a date with them on another time, not like a special day.
Whenever I was dating Malik, he told me that like the the year prior to the one, like, I'm sure he did something for me on Valentine's Day. I don't really remember. But he was telling me like the year prior for Valentine's Day, some girl like randomly hit him up to see what he was doing for Valentine's Day. And like, it's always funny to me when I hear about like exes or like their experiences or whatever. And I was like, that is so weird to me. Like, I would never hit someone up to celebrate a holiday just to have someone to celebrate with, because it doesn't even, like, what is the purpose? Like,
there's not.
I don't want to go to dinner with someone on Valentine's Day that I'm not fucking or dating. Like, that's weird. Unless it's like a Galentine's. Like, if it's like a girl's thing, like, fine. But I'm not going on a date with someone for Valentine's Day that I'm not even seeing. That's weird to me. I'm not getting a free meal from that. It makes me feel uncomfortable. That's so weird.
Absolutely not. And I think the last one, do you actually like romantic dates, or would you rather be at home? I think we've already very much answered that. Both of us like being at home. Okay. So there was something that I saw that I just like briefly have to mention, okay. So the book that you were talking about was Love Book Online.
Yes.
.com.
Yes.
That's really cute, actually.
It was really cute. It was just funny that they hated each other so much and gifted me the same thing.
That they both did it. Also, have you tried any of Kourtney Kardashian's products? I think it's called like Lemmy or something.
I have not. I would like to, but I have not.
Okay, so someone sent me this thing and they were like, you guys are always talking about kitties on Coffee Convos, and there's a product on there called Lemmy Purr, and it's a vaginal health gummy.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, well, let me like go and read about it. So it says that it's the perfect Lemmy, clinically studied probiotics, specifically target vaginal microbiome health and pH levels to support freshness and odor. Plus they add vitamin C for antioxidant and pro-collagen benefits and real pineapple extract. So I'm going to try these. Someone said that they really work. So I'm like, I don't know. Like,
let's give it a try. Let's give it a shot.
Okay. So in the Facebook group, did you see the picture that was posted of the kitty carpet?
I did not.
Okay. So it is, I'm going to paint the scene. It is a red furry heart, and it is a reusable downstairs toupee.
What?
It's a reusable downstairs toupee. Like, you basically like stick it on your kitty, and it's a kitty carpet.
What the fuck what does anyone need that for?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they were just like feeling the vibes. Did I
ever tell you what happened when Lux walked in on me in the shower?
No, what? Were you doing that dick thing? Wait, I told someone about that. I told someone about I told someone about like the dick that sticks to the wall.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care if you tell them I have one.
And they were like, who enjoys humping a wall?
No, you're not humping the wall. You're just like learning to throw it back, like giving it back to them. But so I'm in the shower, and my shower is completely glass. And like one of my problems is that my kids don't knock. Like, they just don't knock when they do anything. And like, we're working on it. But so Lux comes in, he wants me to like probably open a fucking fruit snack or something. I don't know. And he does or says something funny, and I start laughing. And he's like, why is that hairy thing moving?
Oh.
And I said, what? And he pointed at it. He's like, why is that hairy thing moving when you laugh? And I was like, oh my God. I was like, my vagina? And he was like, that's your vagina? I said, Lux, get the fuck out. Get out of the bathroom.
Wait. Okay. So
he said it moves when I laugh.
I've talked about growing up and like how we basically were just like rogue humans and never knocked, never did anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very intentional about that with Jackson and about like personal and private space.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be mortified if I was having a conversation with my son and I was butt ass naked and he was like, what's that hairy thing moving?
I'd be
mortified.
Harder. No, I was absolutely mortified.
Okay. So are you saying, because I also talked about on the Southern Tea, do you get to a point where you outgrow a bald vagina? And that makes me want to ask you, did you outgrow it? Like, are you no longer?
It's not that. It's just I haven't had the time to maintain, like I keep it trimmed and like shaped up, but I have not shaved it bald in a long time, probably like 3 weeks. I probably shave it once a month. I just run out of time, or I don't have enough time to do it. Like last night I trimmed it up and I shaped it up, but I didn't shave it bald. But like I still like a bald cat. You know what I mean? Like I like.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely
just don't have time.
I'm definitely one for a bald cat, but I just wonder, you know, like how do women, the conversation was basically like, how do you evolve to like a landing strip or just like bikini? Like how does that happen over time? And at what age does that happen? Because I'm like, I could try a landing strip, but I would not love that, honestly.
I feel like that would be more work to like make sure it's like a perfect landing strip. Like we want it to be a nice landing, a smooth landing.
I also talked about that and like how do you know, like make sure the lanes are
even and nice and straight. Yeah, like you would need to go to a barber to have them like shape up your cat.
Okay, well I love that Lux called you out for that, and like that makes me love him so much more. Coffee Convos podcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Let's face it, sometimes multitasking can be overwhelming, like when your favorite podcast is playing and the person next to you is talking and your car fan is blasting, all while you're trying to find the perfect parking spot. But then again, sometimes multitasking is easy, like quoting with Progressive Insurance. They do the hard work for comparing rates so you can find a great rate that works for you, even if it's not with them. Give their nifty comparison tool a try, and you might just find getting the rate and coverage you deserve is easy.
All you need to do is visit Progressive's website to get a quote with all the coverages you want, like comprehensive and collision coverage or personal injury protection. Then you'll see Progressive's direct rate, and their tool will provide options from other companies all lined up and ready to compare, so it's simple to choose the rate and coverages you like. Press play on comparing auto rates. Quote at Progressive.com to join the over 29 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Okay, so this person wrote in on the Facebook and said, this is a Valentine's Day gone wrong. First off, I love you ladies so much and listen every week. Back when I was pregnant with my first child, my then boyfriend, now ex, had been out with his friends the night before Valentine's Day, out at the bar all night, and my boyfriend was acting strange the next day. We were one of those corny couples with the shared Facebook account. Ugh, ick. And I noticed that he randomly blocked this girl that I had never heard of. I just had a real bad feeling in my gut something was off, and I was sure he cheated on me with this random girl that was now blocked. So on Valentine's Day, I was 7 months pregnant and messaged this girl, how do you know my boyfriend? Did he cheat on me, etc. The girl told me he hadn't cheated on me, but he had a whole ass kid with her 2 years before I met him. He kept a whole ass kid a secret from me, and I found out on Valentine's Day. He never paid child support for this kid and would never acknowledge this kid. We stayed together for a few years after that, but I finally left him for good in 2016. I've hated Valentine's Day ever since until I met my now amazing fiance in 2017. Okay. I have zero respect for a man.
Yeah.
No, that's not a thing. And here's the thing, like, you get in a relationship with another woman and you have a whole ass kid, and maybe that would have worked like back in the day and you would have gotten away with it. But with social media, DNA tests, like technology the way it is today, you're not getting away with that. So the fact that any person would be dumb enough to even try to ride that lie is stupid. And I have zero respect for any person who will not acknowledge what they helped create.
That's really weird to me to lie about it in a relationship. Or if you're dating someone, like, how do you get out of that? Like, when it comes about, like, how do you explain why you would keep that a secret in a relationship? Or like my girlfriend's here visiting from Vegas, and she was just telling us about, her son reaching out to his father. And his wife didn't know that his he's 21 now, year old son existed. So he's been living a lie in his marriage for like 20 years. Like, I don't understand that.
That's so insane. Yeah, I don't understand that either. I also just want to go back to the part about the shared Facebook account. I don't know if it's just me or if everybody else also thinks this, but when I see a shared Facebook account, I immediately go, who's the cheater?
Who is the cheater?
That's what I think. Could be completely not happening. I don't know circumstances, but I'm being Judge Judy when I see that. I'm like, somebody cheated and they're not trustworthy enough to have their own Facebook account. So that's why they have a shared one. I think if you're having a shared account, we need to know like more reasons why you're having the shared account. Like, this is a business. Like what's going on?
It's so weird. Like why would you want, like, I understand like the no secrets thing, but just because so here's the thing. I saw this TikTok and it was like this guy giving relationship advice, and he was saying like, if you have to do things like that, there's no trust in a relationship, but like you should trust your partner enough to have their own things and maybe even have access to them, but not feel like you need to go search your partner's stuff or that you have to hide it or you have to combine everything because of it. So like, that's really weird to me that I would never share an account with somebody ever. I don't care what the circumstances are. It's never happening.
1000% agree. Okay. Another worst Valentine's Day ever. Okay. I was 17. My boyfriend of a year broke up with me over the phone while I was visiting my dad in another city. First of all, over the phone breakups, I just have to pause. Don't be a coward. Like, literally break up with someone to their face. An hour later, my mother called sobbing because she'd had a knockdown, drag-out fight with her boyfriend. My stepmom had been verbally abused and then called into work by her heinous boss, and it was a Saturday. Mm-hmm. My poor shell-shocked father, dealing with 3 crying women, tried to make it better by taking my stepmom and I to a movie at the end of the day. My stepmom was really late getting out of work, so we missed the movie that we wanted to see, so we settled for something none of us really cared about, just so that we'd have something to do. After the movie, we went to dinner. My dad dropped my stepmom and I off in front of the restaurant. He pulled around the corner to park and was hit by an oncoming car. He was fine, but the car was totaled. Okay, this is a good indication. When stuff like this starts happening and the day starts like that, I think that's a good indication not to like try to make it better, because it's honestly just going to get worse. Yeah. This story is a direct reflection of that. When my day starts off shitty within like the first hour of the day, I'm honestly probably taking a self-care day. Like I'm canceling everything.
Well, you just don't want to like let it keep getting worse. You know what I mean? Like that would have been a no from me.
And like we've all had those days where literally every single thing goes wrong.
Yeah. We've all had those days.
No worse feeling, but to have every single thing go wrong and there also be like emotional aspects involved in that on a Valentine's Day, count me out. I wanted to go back and just say too that I am definitely the type of person that associates bad moments or like memories with smells.
Yes.
Or also like specific dates. Like I can remember like not like going on a date, but like a date on the calendar. Like I can remember like specific dates and can quote them like, oh, do you remember on such and such date that you did this? So
Lindsay's toxic.
No one should try to bamboozle me or do something bad on an actual like holiday that I like enjoy and celebrating. Because if you literally fuck up Christmas for me by doing something bad, absolutely not.
Absolutely the fuck not.
Like, no, not happening. Okay. One more of the worst Valentine's Day ever, and then we're going to do foul play.
Okay.
I was in a long distance relationship that was going downhill and it needed to end like yesterday. We had been together for more than 2 years, so I felt I owed him the respect of having the difficult breakup conversation in person. Good for you.
Yes.
The problem, once I realized it was time to break up, the first available weekend for me to visit happened to be Valentine's Day.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was where you went wrong on this one. He ended up taking me out for a disastrous dinner. It was so bad that the waitress actually asked if I was okay. I wound up breaking up with him the next day on the actual holiday. My train home wasn't until the next day, so I had to stay at his place after dumping him. Okay, every part of this execution was wrong.
Wait, so like, would you hold off on the breakup until after Valentine's Day then?
I would have never gone knowing that the first available time was Valentine's Day. And honestly, I think after I just said, don't break up over the phone, I'm going to be a hypocrite
This would
again.
be, yes, agreed. This would be a circumstance where you have to break up over the phone because I'm not even making the effort to come out there and I'm not spending the money to come out there. Like, thank you for the 2 years that we had together. I hope there were some good times mixed with the craziness, but like, you're not for me and I'm not going to come spend, no, fuck no. Absolutely not.
And honestly, it was already a long distance relationship anyway. So I feel like that's where in those situations, you can get away with doing things over the phone. I'm talking about if you're living 15 minutes from someone and you're going through a breakup, have the conversation in person. Like, don't be a coward.
Wait, so can I read you a breakup text that I sent to someone?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh God, this is so good.
Oh God, this is so good. I fucking cannot. Okay, this was the day before my birthday last year.
Okay.
March 13th. Listen, I should have done this sooner, but I thought I could make it work. Before we do anything further or do anything for my birthday, I have to tell you my heart is not in this. I love you, but I cannot be with you. No amount of talking will change my mind. This has been heavy on my heart for a while. Please respect this and give me space.
See, I very much respect
from
that.
each other. But we lived 15 minutes from each other, so I should have said it in person. But I just felt like if we said it in person, I would have taken it back and we would have figured out a way to make it work, and I wasn't happy.
See, I feel like if you're going to have the in-person conversation, you have to be strong enough to stand by where you're at. You can't be manipulated or bamboozled or emotionally pulled in a direction that changes the direction that you went into that conversation.
His response
oh God.
after FaceTiming me immediately after, I started crying. He was crying. He said, you got it. That was the initial text back. You got it. That's it. And then about an hour later, he said he had FaceTimed me. We were both crying. And then I was like, I'll call you back. Like, this isn't it. Like, I can't FaceTime you. He said, I feel really broken right now, and I'm fully understanding of how you feel. I hope that you find real love and real connections and have the best life for real. Thank you for everything you did for me. Thank you for being you. You don't have to call me back after you drop off the boys. You don't have to explain anything else. I'm just so hurt and in denial. I know this has been on your heart for a while, and there's nothing that can change that. I'm losing my boys. I'm losing you, and that's the hardest thing I'm dealing with, but I'm going to be okay. And that was what I thought was the end of our breakup, but then it ended up going south. But that was like, for me, I had to do it that way.
I think it's by circumstance, honestly. To me, I always prefer in-person conversations because I feel like you can read someone's emotions. I feel like nothing can be misinterpreted over text message. And I think that that's a lot of times why we stand behind using text message, because it's an easy way to do hard things that you don't want to have to face. And so I have been very guilty of doing that. And through therapy, I have learned that hard conversations aren't meant to have over text message. And chances are, if you're choosing to resort to using text to do it, it's because you're not actually in the place that you need to be in to have it. So,
okay, that makes sense. I mean, I also this was the beginning of my spiral last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was spiraling that same time. It should have been in person, but I also, like I said before, I was just like afraid of it being one of those things where like we talk ourselves out of the breakup once it's in person, because we, you know, we would have a good time in person sometimes, and it was just like, I feel this way and I don't want to go back. I don't want to lie to myself or try to make it work when I know I need to not be here. I need to not be in this.
I will say, though, I do think that there is a place for text message. And if you are willing to you are willing to send how you feel and cold turkey and no back and forth, then there's a place for that.
Yes,
I
agreed.
think if it's not like that, then you can't use text. In this specific situation, though, with this girl, I don't know who wrote this in. I'm also not attacking any person. I'm just saying I feel like it should have been an indication if the first time to be able to see each other was Valentine's Day weekend. That to me would have been, okay, I really need to think about this. I need to muster up the courage to send a text to be like, hey, before I travel and do this, I want to let you know, kind of like what you said, like how I'm feeling, where I'm at, why I'm no longer feeling emotionally invested in this anymore. I certainly would have definitely not going out, for there to ever even have been a disastrous dinner on Valentine's Day weekend. And I certainly wouldn't have broken up and then stayed at the damn person's place.
Right. Like that's not that for me. I would have probably left and we would have been still together. Like that would have been just like a weird, that's not, no, fuck no. Absolutely.
That's not a thing. Okay.
Okay. Foul play. Romantic getaway gone wrong.
Oh shit. I was hoping.
Hey ladies, I love you and look forward to this podcast every week. I have a foul play in time for the bonus episode Kristen requested for. My fiance and I vacation to Las Vegas. It was our first and only vacation we will have as an engaged couple. So of course we wanted to have a romantic getaway. It was the very opposite. I'm an introvert with severe anxiety, and Vegas was just not for me. All of the people, the filth, down to seeing a guy shit on the sidewalk in the middle of the strip. Big nope. The worst was yet to come. On our second to last night there, we decided to look up a restaurant and got dinner before going to bed early. I woke up at 2 a.m. a little nauseous, but I knew I had to poop, so I tried to brush off the feeling. After 30 minutes went by and I knew I had to shit, so I went to the bathroom. Normal poop. I thought I was done. Nope. My asshole suddenly turned into a firehouse and I could not stop. I have gluten intolerance and IBS, so I brushed it off. 3:30 a.m. rolls around and my fiance is yelling outside the bathroom door that he needs to shit now. I leave the bathroom so he can do his business, knowing I was really risking the security deposit on this room because I wasn't sure how long I could do without shooting liquid shit out of my ass. Hint, it wasn't long. I couldn't wait. Next thing I know, I'm in the shower puking and shitting explosively while my fiance is shitting on the toilet and puking into the jacuzzi. Y'all ever seen the movie Bridesmaids? Yeah, it did look like that. Oh, she said, yeah, it did be like that. LOL. It went on until about noon. Literally thought we were passing away. I ain't never been sick like that. I swear I could have had a colonoscopy that afternoon if they needed because I was clear, laughing my fucking ass off. Anyway, I assume we got gnarly food poisoning from the restaurant we ate at. My mom later sent me news article about mass vomiting incident at Vegas school, so maybe related to that. Just in case you want a fucking cherry on top of this shit ass situation, on our way home the next day, we checked our security system and the fire alarms were going off. Nothing like losing all of your insides and then thinking you're losing your house to a fire too. Everything turned out okay. I hope you enjoyed my foul play and keep being the amazing badass women that you are. That is awful.
Okay. I have not had stomach bug in a long time. And I told you that, or like food poisoning, but I have this like little brief story about my grandmother splitting a hot dog with someone and she got food poisoning and the other person didn't. So like, I don't know how stuff like that happens. If I'm getting food poisoning and I am in a hotel room and someone else also got food poisoning with me, immediately I'm calling downstairs and asking if they have another available room, because the thoughts of being trapped in a place like that with someone, because someone else shitting or puking is going to cause me to more so shit and puke. And the thoughts of also having to share a bathroom while someone else is also doing the foul stuff that I'm having to do makes me hurl.
I'm not as grossed out as some people are about like throwing up and shitting. Sometimes with throw up, it's a little weird with like grown ass kids. However, I don't want to hear the sounds. I don't want to hear the sounds of someone throwing up. So that is where I draw the line. Remember when I got the stomach bug in Chattanooga? I immediately got Mark Allen Jr. his own room because I did not want him to hear me shitting and throwing up in the bathroom while I'm falling asleep on the counter in the bathroom. So I am with you on that. Immediately own room. I'm not sharing a room. I don't want someone to have to take care of me. And like poor Kristen, like I basically shat on her.
Like, oh, and I also just want to say too that if I was thinking of a romantic getaway, the last place in the United States of America that I would choose is fucking Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Although I want to say, I think I want to go there for our next content trip because I found this really cool coffee place, but it will not be a Valentine's Day trip at all.
Yeah, no, we're not going there for Valentine's Day, but I mean, I would go to Vegas with you. I think that would be a good time.
That would be a good time.
We can take my nanny and she would absolutely love that.
Oh my God, that would be so fun.
Okay.
Okay, the second one, for starters, please keep anonymous. I always love when they preface that, but it's so funny because I'm like, it's about to get real. If any of my friends listen, they will know it's me for sure. I've been dating a guy for 1.5 years, and every time we did the deed, or rather attempted, he ended up fucking the mattress every single time. Why did I stay? Who knows? Anyway, we broke up in January, but decided to hook up on Valentine's Day. The one time he actually hits the hole, I got pregnant. 20 years later, I have an amazing son. What do you mean he ends up fucking the mattress? What does that mean?
Wait, were they always drunk whenever they were fucking? Because how does he not know that he's not in?
Every time we did the deed or attempted rather, he ended up fucking the mattress.
What she's saying is he thought he got in, but he didn't. And he was fucking the mattress, not her. And the one time he did get in, they got pregnant.
So is this a pre-ejaculation problem? Because why the fuck would he... What?
How would you not know? How would you not know that like you're hitting mattress, not coochie?
That's like dry humping. You know what I mean?
I don't really have anything else to say to that other than like
I'm so sorry that you experienced that.
If he fucked a mattress one time and got off, that would be one mattress fucking too many, and I'm out.
Period. I'm out. For those reasons, I'm out.
I'm out, ma'am. Okay, last foul play.
Last one. When I was 18 and dating my first boyfriend, I had a date that left a lasting memory. My parents had just got a puppy and we were going out for the night, so they left me to take care of the pup. She was still fairly young, so I decided to take her back to my boyfriend's house to avoid keeping her in the crate back in my parents' house. We were in his room, rolling around on his bed when things started to get hot and heavy. It didn't take long for the smell of shit to waft into the air, hitting us both like a brick wall. We were so disgusted and confused where the smell was coming from and why, so I sat up and started looking around for the dog. I didn't see anything from behind me. I heard, oh my God. Sure enough, the dog shit on the bed and I had been rolling around. My back and the comforter were covered in poop. Needless to say, it left a long-lasting memory and I never brought the dog back there with me again. I love and appreciate you both so much. Thank you for making me laugh weekly and feeling heard as a parent. I'm fucking dead. Have you ever, I don't know if you've experienced this because you were with Will, but when I started getting dogs, I was a full adult. I never had a dog in my childhood. So Bear was my first dog. And then after that, like when I got another dog when I was with Chris and stuff, like when that relationship was new and I had a puppy and I was like potty training and stuff, I was always so embarrassed to like have to clean up dog shit and dog piss, like that weird, awkward, like potty training. It was like embarrassing to me for some reason. Like I had never done that. And so if I rolled around in dog poop and then I was with my boyfriend, like I don't know that I would have been able to talk to him ever again for the sole fact that I would have been so embarrassed. But like me shitting on myself as a 30-year-old woman doesn't embarrass me as bad.
It's very embarrassing when your dog shits and you have a boyfriend or something like over, because it's just like makes you feel like you're just like a bad pet parent. Like, why is your dog like shitting? And it's like, I don't know. The bitch is just like a habitual diarrhea shitter. Like, I literally have no idea. I don't get embarrassed by it. I will say I told a story to Kristen about Georgia shitting on the bed in the middle of the night when Jackson and I were in the bed. Absolutely just disgusting. And it was like solid turds and then also like mixture of diarrhea. And I can tell you right now that I was very alarmed by it being at the foot of the bed. If I had ever rolled in dog shit in any state, whether a man was in the bed with me or not, dog's never getting in the bed again. And also, I couldn't clean myself enough. Like, I don't know how many showers I would have to take to remedy that situation, but like, I would not be okay. And also, let's just say that if you're in a dating situation and you take a dog somewhere and they do this, I wouldn't be able to apologize enough. I don't know what I would do.
Puppies are a lot of responsibility and I just wouldn't want to take them anywhere because I would feel so out of place already. And then they're just so much work. No, that would have been a no. My boyfriend can come to my house to take care of this dog with me and hang out, but I'm not taking, no, because that's on his bed. What if he didn't have a mattress protector and then now there's poop juice on your fucking bed?
Poop juice. Bye. I have shit to do. Like, I literally have shit to do. If you guys have not followed us on @CoffeeConvos Podcast on Instagram, make sure you follow us over there. We are also on TikTok. You can also find us on any podcast app. Always first at Podcast One. Hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
All month long on Pluto TV, stream the biggest Tyler Perry movies free. Watch your favorites like Medea's Witness Protection and Medea's Big Happy Family. Join Tyler Perry as he goes on a couples retreat with Sharon Leal in Why Did I Get Married? Or Idris Elba and Gabrielle Union in the Tyler Perry directed film Daddy's Little Girls. Plus, Pluto TV has hundreds of channels with thousands more movies and TV shows. Available on live and on demand. Download the free Pluto TV app on all your favorite devices and start streaming now. Pluto TV. Drop in, watch free.